Hello and welcome back to an exciting episode of Check with Tech, your guide to all things tech. I'm your host, Yassine Azam, and let's get started, shall we? First things first, wouldn't you believe it? Amazon, Apple, and Google are working together on a project that actually might benefit everyone for once. Basically, Amazon, with Alexa and Echo devices, Apple with Siri and their HomePod, Google with their Nest devices and Google Assistant, and the Zigbee Alliance will team up to create what they want to call Connected Home over IP. Basically, or CHIP for short. Basically what that is it's basically easier for manufacturers and consumers to use their smart home devices, so it wouldn't feel either too dangerous or too familiar to another one. So actually, in my opinion, this is really good. This is a good idea. You have some of the best security workers in there, and they're bringing in other companies: IKEA, Legrand, NXP, Semiconductors, Residio, Samsung SmartThings, Schneider Electric, Signify, Silicon Labs, Somfy, and Willian. That was a lot, but hopefully this thing works, because if it does, you don't need to be concerned about your smart home. It should be secured and reliable and seamless to use. That's what they say. So they have a website dedicated to explaining their project. It's connectedhomeip.com. So if you want to check it out, again, it's connectedhomeip.com. So honestly, this is a very interesting project, and right now we don't have a lot of information about it other than it's there. But then again, if there is new information, remember, you are listening to Check with Tech, your guide to all things tech. So don't worry about it at all. Okay, let's stick with smart home devices, specifically Alexa, because there's a new feature about it which I have thoughts. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Okay, look, it's the holiday season. The family gets all together. They have a big party, and of course there will be fights. And that's why Alexa will get triggered whenever it can sense that members of the family are arguing. So it helps remove some of that stress by asking questions that have nothing to do with the topic, and it will ask safe questions. It won't bring anything unoffensive or inappropriate. So okay, sure. And if you want to trigger it, you just have to say, Alexa, change the subject. I'm not sure if this will actually work, because it never happened to me, and I've okay, this might work, honestly, but it won't work most times. I'm just going to bring it out here. I'm not sure if this will work 100%. Remember how hard it was for Android to rise up from its foundation? Like, it took a long time for it to basically get used to almost all devices. It took some time, but now Facebook is just throwing it out of the trash. They're making a new operating system. I am being 100% serious right now. Facebook is trying to make its own operating system for augmented reality. Yeah, this is it. They said that they're trying to use both, all of their options, but they need to make right now a new operating system for their soon to be released AR glasses, which we know nothing about. But this is a bombshell, uh, because okay, so right now the person in charge is Mark Laskowski, and he's the co-author of Windows NT. So they keep in mind they have to make an entire operating system from scratch. They won't use anything based on other OS, so you might feel it different, but don't worry. The Facebook app will still be in your phones, so don't worry. It was actually before reading about it, I actually thought that they will pull the app and Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever from the App Store and the Play Store. But thank God it's still there, because I mean, WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram is used all over the planet, so there will be havoc. But yes, I'm not sure how this will play out, but if there is something, we will be the first to tell you. Look, I'm not sure if you have Bluetooth headphones or even truly wireless headphones, but I can tell you that sometimes the battery life is a huge problem, because, I mean, especially if your case is out of juice, because now you have to waste time charging it, and basically you're missing out on some music. So that's why one of the kings of headphones, JBL, is making a pair of headphones. I think they're over-ear that won't need charging. Okay, well, technically, yeah. The headband will have solar panels, so if in the right conditions, unlimited battery life. This is the absolute dream. It's called the Reflect Eternal headphones, and they're live on Indiegogo, and you can pre-order it now for $99, and it's expected to ship in October of 2020. What do I feel about this? Well, as a person with Bluetooth headphones with actually good battery life, the OnePlus Bullets Wireless 2, it's fine. I mean, it does last long and it does charge quick, but this is not our topic right now. The Reflect Eternal is what you call a true innovation. I mean, if it actually works, boom, that's basically unlimited battery life, and they can even charge with indoor lighting, but it will be slower than direct sunlight, but that's fine as long as it's just charging. But if this actually works, I might change. I mean, who doesn't want an infinite battery that never needs charging to a wire or a wireless charging pad? No, I think this is the future. I mean, honestly. Okay, now let's change the subject. So Samsung has been busy bees in this week, and three of their products has been leaked, and one of them I'm not really sure if it's true or not, but here it goes. Right now you have your Samsung Galaxy Buds, but it's expected that the beginning of next year you might have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus, and there are leaked renders of it, even though, I mean, I just looked at it. There's basically not a difference when it comes to appearance. That's why I have my doubts when it comes to its existence. But it's the other two products that actually interest me. One of them is the product that I don't think it might exist, but it does look real. It's the Galaxy Note 10 Lite. Basically like the S10e, but a Note. Okay, before we get to the renders, I think that it's not necessary to have a Note, but I mean, I don't know how I feel about this, because you already have the S10e, But you could just get a stylus. But then again, the S Pen is better. But yeah, it's a matter of preference. Okay, so basically imagine um, um, a square cutout on the back with 3 cameras and a flashlight. The color is just hot rod red. Even the S Pen is. And there's your traditional Samsung logo on the bottom. And then you flip over, you see the exact same Note 10 hole punch cutout, just with thicker bezels and slightly more rounded corners. That's basically the render. But I mean, it's not bad. But if you want my personal opinion, just ignore every leak and render until you actually see the thing in person or on the unveiling. So that's why I kinda don't want to believe these, because they look good and I'd just be disappointed if they didn't exist. And also, yeah, the Samsung Galaxy A71 is coming. It's basically almost the same, but it has 3 lenses instead of 4. Okay, yeah, sure. But this is, without further ado, the phone that, if done well and if has great specs, this could be my next phone. I mean, it's not really a secret right now that Samsung is doing like the Motorola Razr, a clamshell foldable phone. Yeah, well, it apparently exists, and there's proof, photographic proof. Yes, there are pictures of it. How can I describe it? Well, imagine your S10 Plus. It's basically it's as tall as an S10 Plus and a half, and it has the Infinity O display with the hole punch cutout in the middle, kind of like the Note 10, and that's it. I mean, honestly, I think there's a fingerprint sensor on the side, like the Galaxy Fold, but other than that, I mean, that's it. But it still looks pretty good. There are 2 cameras on the front when it's closed. But I mean, okay. The outer screen is a little too small, but this is all we have. I'm not sure. I think that's Photoshop. I mean, if it is, then it's good. I mean, whoever did this is a master at CGI or whatever. But if it's real, I think I would get it. Now let's get over to, surprisingly, Puma. Yes, we just went from Samsung to Puma. I don't know, but I think that there's something weird here. So apparently, Puma thinks that wearing their brand new socks will make you better at gaming. This can't be real. This is by far the weirdest topic I have talked about in my podcast, but here it is. It exists. It's $105, and it's a pair of socks. Puma says that these socks are for indoor and gaming arenas. They said it delivers seamless comfort, support, and grip, so gamers can adapt to different active gaming modes and game their best. I think what they're trying to say is, depending on how you play, the sock will change modes and eventually will make you better. I've never tried that. No, I don't think anyone did. This never came across my mind because it's so dumb. I mean, of course, there has been research on all. Why do you think they made those socks? So it has like 3 modes. One, it's basically seek mode, where it has a medial wrap-up grip, attack mode with lateral wrap-up support, and cruise and defense mode with a heel wrap-up stability. Basically, it just feels a bit different. And it also has ultimate grip indoor rubber. So basically you won't slip when you run. Okay, honestly this sounds like a pair of shoes. So if you want a pair of socks acting as a pair of shoes, pay $105 for it. I mean, it's not bad. But still, it's kind of weird bringing gamers into this. Because no one has ever thought of the fact that feet are what affects our gaming skills. Because if this actually does help, then I might consider getting it. But then again, I doubt it, because I mean, come on, it's just so ridiculous. Quick update, they also made a gaming chair that rocks, and it's for 398 euros with shipping. So okay, yeah, this is the update. I have no comment on this, because this might be even weirder than the socks. Okay, now let's go to the actual topic. Remember last week when I talked about the new Xbox Series X? Yeah, well, I got the name wrong. It's actually called, according to Microsoft, Xbox. It's just that. It's just the Xbox Series X is the first model of that said Xbox. So basically they're trying to make different models, and they all combine to the last model, which is Xbox, and the first one is called Xbox Series X. Yes, that's it. It's just called Xbox. So don't ever get confused with the 2001 version and the 2020 version, or 2021. I have no idea when the actual Xbox releases. I don't know if you know this, but a couple of episodes ago I talked about how there's always something with Apple and Google. I mean, yes, Apple today has C.H.I.P and Google too, but now they have something else that is a bit less bearable. So you know the Pixel 4, right? Great phone, great camera, good performance, good battery life. Yeah, speaking about battery life, sometimes you can't charge your phone. Yes, I am being very serious for, I think, the third time in this episode. Why? Okay, if you don't use the original Pixel 4 charger, instead of 15 watts, you get 7 watts. That's not a problem. But sometimes the phone just pretends that there's not even a cable connected to anything, and it doesn't work for data transfers for some reason, and even USB-C to 3.5mm adapters still aren't supported, and Google didn't put one in the box, and it's all just too confusing. And why does this exist, and why do I have to talk about it in my podcast? Okay, look, Google, this is the problem with the phone. Basically, not every charger is supported by this phone for some reason. I think they have something to do with electric currents, or I have no idea. But I mean, it's not completely your fault. I mean, Google should have known better, because nobody carries around a billion USB-C cables. I mean, if you have like a lot of copies for the same charger, why not just choose one? So this is weird. And even USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jacks adapters still aren't supported for some reason. Why? Some people really don't want to go with the Bluetooth way. Some people just prefer it wired. Sometimes I want to go wired, but that JBL headphones might be the best thing about Bluetooth headphones I have ever seen. But this is just way too confusing and way too tiring. And so I'll just end the episode here. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to check out the other episodes and don't be afraid to leave your review on Apple Podcasts. As always, this is Yasin Azam signing out. See you next weekend.